Good morning, good morning. It is Friday. I am Nikita Jervy of Kita's Peace, where we promote peace in your head, heart, and home. And I am back with another effing Friday message. All right, so today is Today is Failure Friday. Yep, you heard me. Failure Friday, okay? I always start with the definition and then I move on. Failure is defined as a lack of success or the omission of expected or required action. This word seems very negative, right? And at times it can be. It definitely, failure, hits you where it hurts, right? But I believe that in order to move past, those moments of failure and those failed experiences, we have to discuss them, right? We have to discuss our failures in order to overcome them. Psalms 73:26 says, "My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever." It says, my heart and my flesh may fail, meaning it could happen. So we're not exempt from failure. And I'm sure if you're honest with yourself, you can make a list of areas that you failed in, that you didn't meet the mark, that you didn't complete, and I personally have failed at a lot of things in my life. I failed tests in school early on. I actually have failed classes in general, like the whole class, big fat F, I failed at managing my money and my time, failed at several jobs, failed at choosing the right guys, all of the good stuff. But to be honest, guys, I have never felt like more of a failure than I did this week. So if you will take a look at the definition of failure, it's the first one that pops up, and then check out the synonyms. I thought it was really weird and somehow coincidental that, miscarriage was in that list of synonyms, because this week I experienced my second miscarriage. And so a little backstory. I'll try to move this a little bit closer. My husband and I decided to try again. Actually, last February, we decided that we wanted to try again, obviously for a boy, since we have two girls. And I got my first positive test June, right before Father's Day. So I thought I was going to, because I got him a grill for Father's Day, I was going to put the test in the grill and it was just going to be really awesome. Well, that ended up being a false positive. So, womp, right? So then we got pregnant again in August. And then I went in for a checkup and ended up basically miscarrying around 7 weeks pregnant. And I ended up doing the outpatient procedure called a D&E. And so that's what happened for the last one. And then this last baby, we found out we were pregnant the day before Christmas, which was a great Christmas gift for my husband since he's a Christmas baby. And then I just found out on Monday that I had miscarried, or the baby had died around 6 weeks. And so I was actually 9 weeks on Monday, or last Saturday rather. And, so I had been carrying around nothing for 3 weeks. So and that this time, instead of going to the hospital and doing the D&E again, because there's a bill for that, I decided to take the pill, which is the second option on how to pass, if you don't pass it naturally, on how to get all of that out of you. And that, guys, oh my God, it almost killed me. First of all, so you take the pill, it's buccally, you put it basically in your cheek or underneath your tongue. And they say it didn't seem like an allergic reaction, but it was an allergic reaction, okay? My throat started to shut down. Like I felt how when you swallow water. You can feel the tube, like all that started to shut down. We went across the street to the ER and sat in there for a couple hours and they gave me Benadryl and stuff like that until it passed. But either way, almost died, but it ultimately it worked, right? So for those that knew that we were trying, they obviously kept asking, and our answer, or my answer, was we're still in faith. Because after the first experience of having a miscarriage and telling everyone, like I probably told everyone within like weeks of getting the positive pregnancy test, and then having to untell everyone. It's kind of, it hurts, and you have to kind of explain what happened, and people ask what happened and why, and it just all of that. So I wanted, this time it was just me and my husband's little secret, that we were going to keep, obviously, until we passed into the second trimester. And so yeah, that's what we were going to do. So up until that point, my answer was going to be, or had been, we're still in faith, guys. So but after having 2 successful pregnancies, and that ended in 2 beautiful babies, the idea of being pregnant and not ending with a baby was heartbreaking. Like, I really could not understand it. I still don't get it. I still can't really wrap my mind around it, but it's just like, it is what it is type of situation. But the first miscarriage, I knew what was going to happen. I feel like God prepared me, and like, I just felt like the void. I felt that nothing was in there, so that one I was okay with. Like, I didn't, I cried, I shed a few tears or whatever, but it was like, I was okay. But this one, guys, when I tell you, ow, like, ow, because, I saw the baby, and I saw his heartbeat. And I did not expect this outcome. I really didn't. And so, I'm in the doctor's, getting a checkup, and, I see the baby there, but there's no flutter, you know what I'm saying? So I knew immediately what had happened. And then, you just keep a tough face, 'cause I'm not big on crying in front of people or strangers. I think it's pretty corny, but, keep a tough face in front of the doctor, and yeah, okay, I understand. Yep. As they try to, lessen the blow and kind of give me all of the statistics of how often miscarriages happen and all this other good stuff, which is, I hear you, but then, like, it's almost like, what does that have to do with me right now? But, got through all of that. And then I went, I felt myself like welling up, like, as I'm leaving the clinic, and I run into the bathroom and call my husband. And before he could even pick up, like, I'm done. I'm done, because I feel like I failed. I feel like Nikita, my body failed us. It failed me. It failed him. It failed our baby. Like, and so, yeah, I just felt like a complete failure. And so I am not sharing this story, guys. I'm not sharing this story for no pity party. I don't want none of that. Okay. I'm doing it, number 1, in obedience to God. And number 2, because I know that everything happens for a reason. Everything has a purpose. And if by me sharing this story, this potential testimony, because I believe it will be, that it will encourage someone, that it'll help someone know that, number 1, you're not alone, that it's not your fault, you're going to be okay, and to ultimately get your peace back, then I've done my part. Okay. So I just want y'all to know, like, I'm not out here, whatever. Like, I'm all right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. happened earlier this week. So I've had time to kind of process it, to cry, to pray, to kind of get my mind together. You know what I'm saying? So, and one of the things that I wanted to stress to myself and to you guys is that even though we may fail, even if it's over and over again that we fail, we are not failures. Okay, we are not failures. I am not a failure. You know, to fail is a temporary event and it's an opportunity to learn. But to be a failure is a permanent mindset that you never learn from. And I refuse, okay, to not learn from this, to not grow from this. And, you know, I've, like I said, I failed in my past, but I learned from them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have failed and I've passed tests since then. Okay. I went from being mismanaging money and time to now I'm not just spending my money and time, I'm stewarding my money and my time. You know, I stopped chasing jobs that was going to steal my joy anyway, to now, you know, pursuing entrepreneurship where I can make jobs. You know what I'm saying? And then, not only did I choose the right dude, but I married him. Okay. But based on my experience with failure, this is just another chance to grow mentally, physically, and spiritually. Like, it honestly, you know, with this whole process, it has really made me, number one, appreciate my kids, you know, more. Like, the fact that becoming pregnant and staying pregnant and delivering a healthy baby, and then, you know, for me, nursing them for 13 months is and was a miracle. It was a blessing. It's something that should be cherished and remembered, because not everybody has that opportunity. Not everybody has that testimony. And I do. I got to do it twice. And hopefully I'll do it again in the future, you know. But I just, you know, am taking full advantage of this opportunity to learn, to grow, and to stop allowing myself to fail in areas where I can succeed. Like, you know, so if you have seen some other posts, you know, I'm trying to get my body back and trying to get my mind back. I'm picking up every book that I did not finish, you know, and, you know, just doing the most for me, you know what I'm saying? Because I need to really do a mindset shift. So Joshua 21:45 says, "Not one of all the Lord's good promises to Israel failed. Every one of them was fulfilled." Which, in a nutshell, guys, means that God does not fail. Ow, I hit my thigh. And if y'all saw me this morning, my thighs are burning. But anyways, God does not fail, okay? No matter how many times we do, he does not fail. And if he gave you a promise, which he gave me, okay? He gave me a promise. He gave me several. But as far as this situation is concerned, he gave me a promise. And I'm standing on that, okay? I believe in that. And, you know, so I know this is not happening by coincidence. It's not happening the week after I talk about, or my message on faith. It's not by coincidence that my mantra during this pregnancy that we're still in faith. It's because for this process and for every process, you know, I have to rely on my faith in God, in his promises. So regardless of what the outcome, I know I heard him. I know what he said to me is true. I've found biblical backup, you know, physical, like natural examples of where he's come through. And so I trust him. I trust him to fulfill every good promise that he's made to me. So we will continue to believe until we receive, and we will stay in faith for this and every part of our lives, and you should too. So I know that was a lot in a little shorter period of time. So again, family, this week, I just challenge you to continue to build your faith, even in the face of failure, like because as Forrest Gump says, ish happens, okay? It's gonna happen. But you gotta stay positive. You gotta be in faith that it's going to work for your good. It's gonna work for your good, and that doesn't take away the pain. It doesn't, negate the tears that you cry. But guys, God sees them. God sees every tear you cry. He hears every prayer you pray. He is faithful. He's faithful, okay? To make every promise, every word that he sends forth, it can't come back to him void. It can't. So, yeah, just follow those through who faith and patience inherit what it is that you desire, and then practice faith and patience until it comes. I pray that this blesses you. I am Nikita Jervy, the Peace Promoter. Like, comment, and share. Come back next week for another Effing Friday message. Until then, I love you.